So many facets to the coronavirus pandemic, including the long-term ramifications on the oil industry and its effect on our economy. Dan Brouillette is the Secretary of the United States Department of Energy and joins me now to talk about that and more. Good evening, Mr. Secretary. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Good evening, Judge. Great to be with you.
Thank you. Now, I understand that you had a meeting with the president yesterday and many of the individuals in the oil industry. What was the meeting about and what came of it?
Yes, we did, Judge. We had a meeting yesterday in the Oval Office. The president has been personally engaged. This is such an important industry to America, and he wanted to hear directly from the largest companies, the independent oil companies, as well as some of the mom and pop shops, if you will, the smaller players in the energy industry, so that we could very clearly understand what indeed this COVID crisis, this pandemic is doing to the energy market in America. It's been a bit of a double whammy for this particular industry. We've seen demand drop off because we're rightfully addressing this pandemic. But we've also seen some major players in the marketplace, like Saudi Arabia and Russia, come into the marketplace and provide some disruption, if you will. So we wanted to hear directly from the industry.
Mr. Secretary, explain what's going on between Saudi Arabia and Russia.
Well, there's a cartel in the Middle East, which everyone in America is very well familiar with. And what they did was they got together a couple of weeks ago and they had to decide on how much oil they were going to produce. And they got into a bit of a spat and they couldn't find an agreement between those two players within OPEC. And as a result, they decided to part ways. Well, when they parted ways, they also made an announcement that they were going to produce more oil at a time in which the world simply doesn't need it because we're facing a decreased demand because of this global pandemic.
So then what about the strategic oil reserve? Now, I understand the president said he was filling up the reserve because it was so inexpensive. I mean, there he is, the businessman. Talk about that. And how does this all, Mr. Secretary, how does this impact the ordinary American who wants to put gas in their car? And how does this impact the United States in terms of our being energy independent?
Sure. Well, Judge, you know this president well, and he does approach this as a business person. He does two things very, very well. He asks himself two important questions: what's good for the country? What's good for America? And then, as he sees problems, he approaches it much like a business person does. So when these two players decided to overproduce and drive oil prices down, that presents a bargain to the American taxpayer. We have in America a strategic oil reserve, a petroleum reserve. And now is the best time to fill that up. The government has a unique track record. Over the years, as we have tried to fill this petroleum reserve, we've tended to buy high and sell low. The president doesn't do that. While prices are down, we're going to make this oil available to this reserve. We're going to fill it up right to the top.
And how does the Department of Energy right now work with Congress to try to get funding to purchase oil?
Well, here's what we're doing. So, we can have appropriations from the U.S. Congress to buy oil. We can also make the storage available to the industry. In the oil business, Judge, the way it works is you either produce it and use it, and we can't do that today because demand is down because we're rightfully addressing this COVID crisis, or you can store it. So in this petroleum reserve, we decided to make it available to the industry so that they would have a place for their production to go while we address this economic crisis that we're in. So that's what we're doing.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So that's what we're doing. We're moving very aggressively. This week, we announced that we're going to go to market for 30 million barrels to put into this strategic petroleum reserve, which is down in the states of Louisiana and Texas.
And ultimately, I mean, in the end, how does this affect, you as the Secretary of the Department of Energy, how does this impact our being energy independent? I mean, we were exporting crude oil,
That's correct? That's correct. So the nation has turned around in the last 4 decades. We've gone from an importing nation to an exporting nation. So we're fundamentally different in the world economy today. But we're also independent from the types of actions that I mentioned earlier. So where OPEC can address shortages and they can do their things, we no longer have to pay as much attention to those actors as we used to, say, 30 or 40 years ago. We're free to make the decisions that the president just made. Let's fill up the strategic petroleum reserve while it's a good time to do so.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think that Russia was claiming that they hadn't even spoken to Saudi Arabia in the beginning of all of this. But, I'll tell you what, Mr. Secretary, as we go through this pandemic, it's kind of interesting how we realize how interwoven we are in terms of some of the other nations, whether it's China and our need to be independent of them, or OPEC and the whole lot of them. But I think we certainly have a president who recognizes America first as the answer to a lot of our problems. Energy Secretary Dan Brouillette, thanks so much for joining us tonight.